Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
Oh yeah, what's up? It's Thursday night. We're live. It is a trash night, and it's one of a kind with a certain someone and a certain two people.
Ready. Right. Wait. Everybody.
Okay,
Damn.
hold on.
It up. Already fucked it up.
Here, hit the reset button.
Okay.
What do we got?
From Ballard Green, Michigan.
Yes.
The whole fucking show.
Uh-huh.
Rob Van Dam. See? I had 13 people across the country do that with me right there. See? That's what we're missing out on every week.
Every damn week.
We could give them the full RVD experience.
That's it. The whole
Play around every time like it's our first intro.
I know, right? Every time. And we have Katie here too. Katie, how are you?
Hey, y'all. I'm good.
Hey.
AVD.
AVD. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Heck yeah. But thank you everybody for joining live in here. We got Maddie in the house. We got Triple E in the house. We got
RVD.
And Barbie D too. Barbie D is in the house too. Look at it. She's like, what's going on?
Yeah, but
the whole family's here. Lovey's running around.
They were ready to rough house before we hit before we went live. They're ready to go. They're ready to scuffle it up.
Yeah.
Just since we did a show on Monday, and then I saw you on Tuesday.
We saw each other on Tuesday.
That was just 2 days ago, because now it's Thursday. And
craziness.
Between. See how I did that?
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even need a calendar.
Rob, did you tell Katie what street that Permanis Brothers was on?
No, Permanti Brothers was on Forbes Street.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like meant to be.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
It was meant to be, except for they didn't have any Bailey put in the average coffee. But
the waiter, though, he was pretty good. He hooked you up with some stuff, though. Some cream.
Yeah. I like it when people. I usually it's not always as great, but I like it when people make their own attempts, and that's one of the drinks is the espresso martini that's in my realm. Like I have like 3 or 4 drinks. That's one of them, and I noticed that's one where people change it up all the time, and a lot of times I'll ask for that if I'm hey, you can make an espresso martini. A lot of times they'll say, well, I don't have I don't even know exactly what's in it, but they'll say, well, I don't have, I could put some Kahlua in with some caramel vodka. And I'm like, sure, whatever. Like, I don't even know what's in a real one, but I notice that's one that changes all the time, and people get creative when they don't have whatever is traditional in it. And I did look it up. I can't remember, or you looked it up. Someone screenshotted it and gave it to me. One of my friends.
Oh, really?
Just because of this conversation, but it's whatever. It's I think it's espresso. Wait, I think espresso might be a liquor, and then vodka.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But I've been we had this conversation the other day. I wanted to educate myself on what alcohol does to the body, because I see on YouTube all the time.
Why are you holding this?
Trying to make us drink. But anyway, I see videos all the time that say, this is why I quit drinking, and usually I just pass them by, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll learn something, about what it does to the body that I don't know, that'll educate me. And then every time, like when I watch one of those videos, they're talking about all these benefits, and they'll say, I just got tired of not being able to remember the night and then hearing about it from my friends the next day, and then waking up feeling like shit, and like I was saying to you, you're not drinking, you're getting trashed.
You're getting hammered.
Yeah, there's a big difference between that, like but that's where everybody goes. And just like I heard a judge, what is his name, Fleischer, actually, he's one of my favorite judges to watch on what's the court show? Court Cam. And I see him on YouTube, and he really calls cops out a lot of times for the way that they just twist the narration to fit, a crime so they can like have a W, So yeah. Whatever. One one person, the cop said, or he said to the cop, what was your probable cause? And he said, well, originally she didn't use her turn signal or some shit, whatever, made up. And then he said, and then she admitted she'd had 2 drinks. And the judge was like, yeah, 2 drinks. And that was hours ago. You process 1 drink every hour. Like, I'm so tired of you guys doing this. Like he's really cool. And I've heard him say that. Damn, what was I getting to? I got jet lag in my fucking head from traveling. Anyway, I looked up today though some other stuff, and just like Judge Fleischer said though, if you process 1 drink an hour, then that's not over drinking. If depending on how many you have, if you have 12 or 15 in a sitting in 12 or 15 hours. No, but I think, like I said, 3 or 4 is kind of where they drinks is where they consider the cutoff for moderate drinking. They, meaning, there's a bunch of different videos and ranges, but that's some shit that I learned though. But when it sits in you, it is toxic. So after, I guess, your liver processes the ethanol, it makes this shit, I can't remember what it's called, that you don't want in your body. And so but yeah, I mean, a lot of people will go straight to well, I'm an alcoholic, I can't have 1 drink without having 15 or whatever. And so, yeah, well, good to know yourself. But anyway,
Are you hot?
Well, I mean, I've been told.
I get told that all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm comfortable, baby. Okay. Anyway,
Katie, what's your go-to drink when obviously you were able to drink?
I like vodka.
You like vodka? Yeah.
I like vodka.
My responsible drink is vodka and cranberry, but if I was in a crazy wild mood, then it would be a double vodka shot.
Yeah. Oh, vodka cranberry is my go-to too. It is. It's my big one.
Yeah.
In college, especially, it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moscow Mule.
The Moscow Mule. Yeah, Rob knows. I got a Moscow Mule when I was with him. They're great. I love Moscow Mules now.
Yeah, I don't remember what it tastes like, but I think I liked it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's pretty addicting.
Yeah. But, sometimes I drink beer. Although it's been a while since beer really sounded good, but I don't know. I guess like right after a match or something like that. Fuck yeah, pouring sweat like my ass off. But anyway,
you can show that.
I know. We'll transition right into this, but outside of that, I just have champagne and the coffee drinks that to choose from, which is martini espresso and Irish coffee. Irish coffee being my favorite, but sometimes, I usually have that hot, and sometimes you don't want a hot drink. And a lot of times they don't have the coffee at a bar. They'll say, "Oh, I don't have the coffee. I can make something else." But I don't really know what to order.
Being pregnant, I don't miss alcohol that much. I miss smoking more.
Do you?
Yeah, because then when I smell him light up and it's like a fresh doobie in the flower, it smells so good. Then I'm like, ooh, that smells really nice. Yeah.
Speaking of, one of our sponsors Tonight is in the name of Mr. Hulk Hogan, the Immortal.
Look
We
at
have,
that.
we have sent to us here at One of a Kind Podcast Studios.
Real American.
Real American beer.
Real
Yes.
American beer. Heck
It's,
yeah.
You guys, as you guys know, Hulk was like really working hard on promoting this brand. I thought, man, that's really cool. You know, a lot of people in the comments, I noticed, well, not a lot, but I noticed in the comments, some people, and I see this often, you know, RVD needs to have his own strain. That would be more appropriate than not having a beer. But thing is, the beer can be like in normal stores and shit, and that's really cool.
Sure.
And more people drink than smoke weed. Still in society, it's still more accepted, and you know, it's part of traditional celebration. To after a victory or something, you know, you start by pouring champagne or beer all over yourselves. Anyway,
and this is a light beer. It says it has 110 calories and 4 carbs. Real American. Together, one beer at a time.
Yay!
Yeah. I liked it. I had it when I was at WrestleMania in Philly. I had it and it was good. I liked
What did you think, brother?
It was great, dude. Let me tell you something, Jack. It was great.
Someone made the when I was at the when we were at the Hulk Hogan's hangout, and after his service, somebody made the comment. It was like Paps, I think. Is that right? You think
they compared it
I
to
think
that?
it's better than Pabst. I think
So.
I don't know. I only drink
I don't
cider
know.
beer.
Yeah, I can't. I don't remember.
I like Pabst. Like kind of hits me like I feel like I'm waiting for a headache after I drink.
I might be wrong about that.
Waiting for a headache.
I thought that's what they said. Maybe it was
Headache loading.
Was it a Miller Lite? I don't know. Old Milwaukee. They're all the same. I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know which. But I think. But yeah. Anyway, I heard that Judge Fleischer in one of the court cam cases when a cop was there for a ticket that was being appealed for driving under the influence, and you know, same thing, and the person said that they had like 1 or 2 drinks, and that was all that they drank, and Judge Fleischer said to the cop, Officer Dominic, Officer D'Angelo, Deputy D'Angelo. Are you under the impression that it's illegal to drink and then drive?
That was what I thought, Your Honor. Yes.
So do you think it's illegal to drink and drive?
Yes.
It's not illegal to drink and drive. It's only after you've had a certain amount. Only if your blood alcohol level is above 0.08. I'm so tired of you guys doing this to people all the time.
I need to fill my quota.
Right.
But that's an interesting thing that people don't really understand, because they go, and I'm not promoting that you drink and drive.
Yeah.
A lot of people are already going to hate me for even just explaining this part. But yeah, it's not illegal. It's illegal to go past a certain limit and then drive. You know, if it was really illegal to drive after having any drinks, they would totally have to change the system for being able to drive to and from a bar, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And then if you pull them out of grocery stores. No, they don't drink at grocery stores.
Right. Yeah.
I guess bars, clubs, just anyway, there's a lot of trust put on people being reasonable, and I'm not putting judgment on that. I'm just saying that's what it is, and you don't want that taken away from you to where it's just like, don't even give them a chance to judge for themselves. Just fuck it. If they had anything, fuck it, throw them in jail, put them in a cage.
Rob, what were some like rules of the road when you were like riding with Sabu or anybody basically, like when it came to like drinking on the road? How did you guys handle that in the most like efficient way possible without getting into trouble, basically?
Well, for the most part, I wasn't drinking during most of the time being around Sabu. Sometimes if we'd go to strip club, that would be special. I'd have maybe a couple beers, but normally that wasn't my thing. However, Stomas was our thing, and that's maybe even worse than drinking. It's definitely something that gets bad when it's one of several things that's in a big mixture of like the wrestler's cocktail. But yeah, like in the from 90, 96, 97, those early or mid to later 90s when we had the Winnebago, it's amazing that nobody got hurt a lot of times when we were driving that. One of us would be falling asleep and we have to pull over and switch drivers. Usually I was the straightest one, but Sabu was very like, no, I got it. Come on, man, let me drive. He was always like that. always like that. But yeah, we didn't really drink that much. But of course, I got a million stories. I can think of so many of I just thought about Tommy Rogers. Like one time he rode with us in ECW, and he was new, that definitely with our clique. And so we told him he had to drive so we could eat the somas, because that's what we were doing, jamming. That's what we called it, jamming. And stupid. But we pulled off on a truck on an exit off of the interstate up there, because you can only go like one way on those, and there's a big median, but they have the truck stops on the highway. And then afterwards, Tommy's driving, and I was noticing that he was driving really, really, really slow on the interstate. And he was just holding the wheel, and he was going like 30 miles an hour. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, Tommy, you all right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, you sure you're driving really slow, dude? I'm good. And I'm looking at him, and pretty soon I notice that he brought us around and is taking us back towards the town that we just left.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, motherfucker, you're going the wrong way. What are you doing? And then he was like, I guess I mistimed the somas. You took some somas at the fucking truck stop. You knew you had to pay for us. That was your responsibility. He said, I know. I just thought, like maybe 3 or 4 would help me relax and make the drive go by. I just, I don't know. It kicked in more. I was like, man, give me the fucking keys.
I bet there were GPS errors back in the day when y'all didn't have GPSs and you like had like a map to look at. Like take the wrong exit, and then you're like, wait, I saw this 4 hours ago. We went the wrong way.
So many times. Yeah.
That'd be so confusing before GPS.
Yeah.
I would be lost. I would so be lost without like a GPS.
Or maybe I'll print it out a MapQuest paper.
I missed the show in South Carolina one time. Was it South or North? I think it was South. But I missed the show because I kept taking the, all these little country roads, and I kept, and I had the atlas and my directions, and I kept. I don't know if we had cell phones, because I just remember I kept calling Greg Price because he was the booker. But I was too. It was both our shows. Like, and then I guess I must have
pulled over at a gas station to use a payphone.
And I had a phone, I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is ancient.
This reminded me of another time when I was leaving Savannah, I think, to go to Brunswick, Georgia, I think. But anyway, a semi truck had rolled over. It was on its side, and it was right across all the lanes, and on the sides of the road, there was nowhere for you to go around. There was too big of a ditch, or there was a guardrail or something, and so we were all just stuck, like for the longest time. And I was supposed to be somewhere and meet some cop about the DARE program fundraiser. I couldn't even, I remember I had to wait, it took forever till we finally got to move so that I could pull over to the gas station and make the call.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Rob, was this when you were like known, or was this in your earlier days?
Yeah, this was just independent. Like
this is independent. Okay, independent time.
Days, yeah, Georgia, Carolina days.
Oh, okay.
No headlines there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
but
wild.
The show that I missed, I think that's one of only like, I don't know, 3 or 4 shows, even counting signings.
And then the one where you went there and it was snowed out and you drove all the way there.
I get a credit for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You that one, Rob?
Yeah.
That one. If y'all haven't heard the story on this one is well known because it was when I was in WCW. So it's the winter, early '93, and could have even been December '92, but I don't think so. But anyway, the show is in a town called White, Georgia, which is up in the mountains and in North Georgia.
It's like where my dad lives, kind of.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, coming from down below, man, it was just this like scary roads to get there, and the weather was fine on the way there, but you couldn't go very fast because you were like winding and looking over the side of a mountain, and there wasn't even guardrails for most of it.
Scary. And you could have ran over black ice and been dead.
Why do the guys got to be black?
It was in White, Georgia.
You said I run over some black guys?
No, black ice.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it called black ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called black ice.
Just checking. But it was scary under normal conditions. On the way there, I was like, holy shit, this is one of the most dangerous rides. Had to keep hitting the brake and, trying to get a little speed and then hitting the brake. Like, whoa, keep hugging those curves. Anyway, got to the show, got in White, Georgia. I'm on early. I wrestled William Regal, and but it's snowing now, and they keep saying that it's going to be a pretty bad snowstorm we're going to get hit with. Yeah. Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas wrestled Steve Austin and I think Brian Pillman, the Hollywood Blondes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chris Benoit wrestled somebody. I think Too Cold Scorpio.
How do you remember the card?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty good though, Rob.
Yeah.
No, Scorp was in a tag match.
That's so weird.
Scorp was in a tag match. I know.
Because how do you have time to think about your match and everyone else?
Well, not everyone's, but I don't know. The Hollywood Blondes, that was the main event. Those guys were okay, but anyway, everyone's like, wow, they're saying that the snow is like really, really bad outside, and the news kept getting worse and worse, and I'm up first or second match. I can't remember right now. I usually do know that, but after my match, I left. I was living in Augusta at the time, so it should have only been like maybe like a 2-hour drive, I think. But instead, it ended up taking me, I don't know, maybe like 8 hours or something.
Wow.
It was so bad. It was like where you can't see ahead of you. Everything is just white, literally in White, Georgia. And so I remember how scary the roads were that I'm on right now. So I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm just going to drive right off a cliff and not even know. And I could see about maybe like 3 feet in front of the car. So I could see the tire tracks in the snow of the car that was ahead before me. as the tracks were filling in, and that's all I had to go by. And I was thinking, oh my God, if this guy drove off a cliff, I'm going to drive off too.
You're going to go with him.
That's all I could see. Couldn't see anything else. And it was so scary. And like my back was so tense on the ground. And I grew up in that kind of shit, you know, so it's always sucked, but it's something, you know, that I was able to make it through anyway. It took me forever. And then I got home to my place. And then the next day we had another show in Concord, North Carolina. And it was, the snow was still bad. And so I fucking drove up there. It took, you know, 2 or 3 times as long as it should have. And as far as I could see, I could always see a car or a truck that was wiped out. As soon as I would pass one, I could see the next one. You know, on the sides of the road, and I was, you know, going in between them and trying to steer, and fucking went all the way up to fucking Concord, North Carolina, to be at this show. And when I finally got there was no cars.
Nobody was there.
Nobody was there. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And I went up to open up the door, and it was locked. But there was a sign in the window that said show had been canceled.
Oh my God. And they couldn't text
no.
You know, back then.
Right. So I was upset, you know, and felt like I didn't mean very much, because I didn't, because I was young, and little Robbie V, you know, little scrub. But it, you know, it definitely made, I was like, fuck, man, I could have died. But what happened was everybody else got stuck in white. Nobody made it out.
You made it out though.
Yeah, and they got snowed in for days. they all in one hotel. They ran out of food. It was like a really big deal. And I think I'm the only one that made it out. If anyone else made it out of there, I don't know who it was.
Damn, that's crazy. So in a way, you kind of lucked out in a certain way. Like,
so I wasn't so pissed when I found that out.
Yeah, holy shit, that's crazy.
Did you go home after Augusta?
Went home after Concord, back to Augusta, and then when I told them, they paid me for the show.
Oh, that's nice.
But I mean, yeah, it was like a whopping $150. That's what I was making back then, $150.
Oh man, anything helped back then though, right?
I'm surprised in pro wrestling there hasn't been more traveling tragedies for how much traveling is involved with the job.
Yeah, I mean, just living out on the streets.
Yeah,
your chance of survival is so much less than if you're home and don't go anywhere. If you're a cat that just watches outside the window, you know, over a street cat. But and then when you're driving, who was it that was saying how much more dangerous it is when you're facing traffic?
Oh, it was a corner. I was watching the Theo Vaughn podcast, and he interviewed a coroner, and the coroner was saying, like, even if it adds 30 minutes to your trip, take the road that has more lanes, because the 2-lane roads where you're going this way and someone's going this way, and you're both going like 70 miles an hour, you're trusting each other so much that someone doesn't get into your lane and head on.
Wow.
You ever think about that? Like when you're going so fast and they're only like sometimes like 6 to 8 feet away from, you know, distance. Like if they swerve over a little bit or they're not paying attention, or it is really dangerous.
That brought a lot of attention to it, and the coroner saying it. That means he's seen a lot of shit through that for him to mention it. And then we take roads like that all the time traveling. It's scary, especially being pregnant. Then I try to be even more just aware of my surroundings and safety.
But by the way, honorable mentions for some wrestlers that have passed from car accidents are Junkyard Dog, Adrian Adonis, Joey Morello, the referee, Gorilla Monsoons.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe is the latest one.
Mike Lazansky didn't die, but it started his downfall because his face looked different after plastic surgery or something after a really bad accident, and most likely he was already somewhat up when he got in the accident because that's what we were doing back then, and he was driving. And it was hard to recognize him last time I saw him, but not long after that, I guess he took one too many.
Damn.
One of those things where the family can find peace in saying, no, it was cardiac arrest, but that's just like a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh man, such a sad thing, and like it is surprising. Like you think about like how often you guys travel, and like it's like it's kind of shocking that it doesn't happen as often, knock on wood and everything. But
we're saying RVs are even more dangerous.
Yeah,
RVs.
Cars, yeah, RVs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
RVDs. Did I tell you? I probably told you the story of Shelly Martinez and my Sabu.
With Sabu?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sabu was like, they got into it. Was whose car was it, Rob? Because it was somebody's car, right?
So we all are at the car rental place, having flown into an airport, and we're on our way to Town A. A bunch of us back in when WWE had ECW during those days. And anyway, Sabu said that he would ride with Sandman and Test, and or maybe Tess was supposed to ride with Shelly Martinez, because I don't know how she fit in the picture. But anyway, Sabu wanted to ride with me, and so he ditched them, rode with me. But he said somehow he was on the hook for the car, that like Shelly had to use her card for the car that Sandman and Tess rented, and I don't know why they didn't have their own card or whatever, but they didn't, I guess. And Sabu was like, told Shelly, if anything happens to the car, I'll pay for it. Just please, just all we gotta do, I'll pay for it. We just need your name. We just need to use the card so we can get there. And so anyway, he's riding with me. I don't know who she's riding with. I don't even know. But Test and Sandman are in another car, and it is so fucking foggy. I don't know where we're at, but the fog was so bad and so thick, it was dangerous. And pretty soon Sabu's phone rings. He's like, "Hello, what? Oh fuck!" And hangs up. He says, "They got an accident. They hit a deer." And I'm like, "Dude, they're ribbing you, bro." And he's like, "No, I don't think so. It didn't sound like it." I said, "Bro, but you said like if anything happens, you got to pay for it." So of course they're just fucking fucking. He's like, okay, I hope so. I don't think so though. I don't know. And they called again, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh fuck, really? Fuck." And he hangs up, and we're driving, and pretty soon we pull up on a car that has spun the fuck off the road and crashed into the side barrier, and a fucking dead deer that it had hit in that fog that had been tracked. And it was a pretty gruesome scene, a lot of blood. And Sabu had to explain to his wife why he had to reach in and pocket each into his pocket and fund $30,000 to the fucking Avis rent-a-car, because of course they didn't get the insurance on it. And that was one of the things that he told me had to eat, because she really put up with it, with a lot of shenanigans, and that was one of them. Especially because it was for Shelly, and so
she was like, "Why are you helping this lady?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh man.
And Sabu's already like, oh my, I don't like her. Maybe your boobies. Your boobies.
Did he like her?
He did.
He had a crush.
She was attractive.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Dom?
She was attractive. I remember her.
Okay.
I don't know what she retired like not long after that. I don't think she didn't wrestle that much afterwards. Like after leaving WWE, I don't think.
Sabu was nice to people, even if he didn't have a crush. He was good.
Yeah.
Overly nice and just
Yeah.
relevant story on how dangerous it was to drive and I mean I've been getting in car crashes since I was 17 and first got my license. I think I totaled 5 cars in the first 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to drive. I knew that I wasn't good at it, and I didn't want nothing to do with it. I was, nervous and very not encouraged, to get better because I couldn't drive with my mom because anytime, she'd think I was too close or whatever, she'd be like, she'd like oversell. I think everyone knows.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Stop that, mom. So I'd be like, I don't even want to drive.
You're still like that. If people complain about his driving, he's like, I'm fine with someone else driving.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I'm the same.
I'm like totally. You can ride or you can drive, but you can't ride and bitch like you're driving.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it when. Yeah. Oh man, it amps my nerves up too. Like when people are like, "Oh my god," it's just. Ugh.
And then that makes it more stressful.
It does. It does. It's like, why make this experience any more worse than it needs to be?
Right.
James Dean, Jane Mansfield.
Yes.
Of course.
James Dean's big one.
Who they ever beat?
Jane Mansfield's story sucks because that was a route that I took all the time when I lived in New Orleans, going to Mississippi because I'm from Atlanta. So I'd go from Atlanta to New Orleans. And she died like on that road from Mississippi to New Orleans, I think around Slidell, Louisiana. So then when we watched that documentary, I was like, damn, that hits even closer to home. I know the area she died in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh. And James Dean, he was only 24 when he died, too. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like only 3 big movies he did, and his legacy is like he's legendary. My cat's like right up in the grill of
He's like a buffalo. I thought I saw. Yeah, that's amazing. He captured everybody in like just a few movies, and he's a legend up there with Marilyn and Elvis and everybody. Yeah.
Man, crazy, just crazy to think about. Hey Rob, we had a couple super chats from Maddie from last episode that
Oh yeah, I froze.
Yeah, you froze up. And we were like, what happened to Rob? And I was like, well, I read a couple advertisements. And then I was like, we're going to close out. But Maddie, I'll screenshot your question for Rob.
No.
So here's the first one. What do you think of Dom's Frog Splash, Dom Mysterio, and Cena as the IC champ? I knew you talked about that. We talked about a little bit about the IC champ.
Right. And I think it's awesome that I like Dom's Frog Splash because I think the whole character of him representing Eddie is great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I see every time I see him and his mullet haircut that he's got, and when he does the splash, he does it like Eddie, like he folds in, and it looks like a good tribute, which is also good heat. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. He's great. And his interaction with Cena that on Monday night, I went back and watched after we got done recording, and he's so good. Like he's just this like obnoxious kind of like teenage. I know he's not a teenager, but that's the way he acts basically. And he's like oblivious and talking trash to Cena, calling him an old man and all this stuff. And then he booked himself into a match. Triple H books him in the match with Cena, and then he loses the title. It's just good stuff. It's really fun stuff. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of good vibes from it. I heard a lot of good stuff about the show. People were praising what they were doing, which isn't always the case.
Right, right. And no, this moment when Cena won the title and everything, it felt like a big deal, and it felt like, oh, this is going to be a really historical moment in Raw because the crowd was so electric because they were in Boston for him, in Boston, and so it was a good atmosphere. So it was really really nice. So,
hey, but speaking of well, actually, we already moved on from talking about documentaries, but I wanted to say that we've seen a bunch of good stuff lately. And do you watch Netflix?
yes, I do.
Yeah.
When I have the time, I do. What documentary are you checking out?
About the mafia stuff on there. I haven't watched the other one because it's dubbed. You know, the Mafia War. There's the
Philly one. You haven't watched that one yet?
That one I have. There's another one on the I can't remember Argonese or whatever. However you say the word. I can't. The one with an A. It came out like right before this one, and I think it's called the Mafia War or something. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Maybe it's the Norghetti. It's the mobsters from Silly, like the not the Cornelius, but the fucking. Anyway, it's one of those things where I think it was made over there, so you got to read the subtitles, and so that's not something I can watch while I'm in the gym working out because it's too defocusing. But anyway, I just thought, you know, a lot of times people ask, you know, like, what do you do on your own time? And they don't sound like that necessarily when they ask it, but but we like to watch TV, and we love when we find a good documentary or documentary series, a 3-parter or something.
Yeah.
On Netflix, usually. We loves that.
That is our favorite thing to do together.
The documentary stuff is fun. So fun.
It's all family fun time.
We watched the one with the Eileen, the truck driver killer.
Yeah.
The one in Florida, in Ocala, where my mom lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a movie. Megan, what was Dennis Quaid's wife? Megan named? Was it Megan Quaid? But anyway, there was a movie I think it was called Monster they did years ago. Anyway, Eileen, I don't know what it's called, but it's a woman serial killer, which by itself really stands out, you know, and it's the most famous one. But
she's a lesbian.
Is that Charlize Theron? She was in I think
I knew it was. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. I want to see the real movie now because we saw the documentary.
But anyway, yeah, we saw that, and
Don't Date Brandon.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I gotta check that one out.
Gone
Girl. We have one more episode of that. So
the Gone Girl one is about Long Island, New York, and they found all these women's bodies and stuff, and it's right where we're gonna be on Saturday.
Yep, we're going to Long Island Saturday and signing at the big event, and we're going to Oklahoma on Sunday and signing at wrestling.
Yeah, so I saw that, like, YouTube Chris put up a promo video that I did for a show in Texas, but we put it up just because it's, you know, random footage, but it was put up days after the event, and I'm seeing a bunch of comments of people saying, "What? I live 2 miles from that, would have been there," or you know, like, you know, how can we doing this now? And so just you know, just a heads up. And I will do a video and post it before the event, which means
big
tomorrow.
Event. Yeah.
But yes, heads up. This is Brentwood, New York, so that's on Long Island, and Suffolk County. Remember Suffolk County?
Yep.
We're at the Suffolk fucking Union Arena.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the whole documentary is all about that whole area.
Wow.
So interesting. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. And then on Sunday, we're at this convention in Oklahoma. And if you as far as I know, Oklahoma's only got 2 big cities. It's got Tulsa and it's got Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
If there's anything else, I don't know about it. So this one isn't one of those. What's it say? I can't
Red. You told me on Tuesday. I can't remember what the name of the place was. I'm trying to find it. Prior.
What is it we're looking for? It's at Big Wrestling Convention.
No, the city name.
Oh.
Yeah, what's the name of the city it's in?
Hayes County Event Center in Pryor, Oklahoma.
Prior.
Okay. I don't know if anyone in the chat room knows, is Pryor by Tulsa or is Pryor by Oklahoma City, or neither. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't have to be one of those two, but I think it does. And I would like to know where I'm going, and I can tell people as well. If you do know where Pryor is,
I know.
Oh,
pick me.
She's so smart.
Hey, the girl beside you might know.
Northeast Oklahoma, located about 33 miles from Tulsa.
Okay.
Yep.
Guess we fly into Tulsa, and yep. So that's where we will be. So I don't want anybody, saying, "How come you didn't say nothing?" But I do got to shoot a video, and damn it, I forgot about that. Either tonight or tomorrow, and post it because boom, then it's Saturday and we're off to the races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can make some posts online too for before you guys head out too.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll be sure. Okay. Maddie had a couple more super chats from last episode. So here's the second one. CM Punk versus RVD would be sick. Papa H needs to call RVD. He wants to see you fight CM Punk, Rob.
Yeah, they only did a thing together at Elimination Chamber. They never wrestled a singles match.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy to think. It never happened.
True.
I knew he wrestled Raven before. He feuded with Raven for a while, but
and Robin and
I wrestled Raven in originally CW and also in WWE when I had the hardcore title.
Whoa, okay.
Valparaiso, Indiana, in WWE in 2001. You were saying how it's weird how
it's just random how like some people you wrestled over and over and some people he never wrestled at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like McFoley,
right.
Goldberg,
right.
Shawn Michaels.
No, I did wrestle him.
But not a lot, right?
No. I think twice maybe.
Okay. CM Punk.
Yeah. But it's also weird how I remember, but it was Valparaiso, Indiana, when I had the hardcore title. And this was during the time when we had A, B, and C shows because there was so much talent that all came into WWE in 2001 when they acquired WCW and ECW. So that's when I was main eventing with the hardcore title, gave too much prestige to the hardcore championship. Nobody wanted it to be taken seriously. So what do? They got rid of it. When you retire a belt, you put it on RVD's waist because they did that with the European belt.
What?
And was there something else?
You should have got to keep the belt then.
Well, I know. I blamed McFoley for years for accepting the hardcore belt as a gift, and I always said that I would have liked to have had it, and that he had it, but he told me like a year ago that no, he doesn't have it. So he says you're a tree, mister.
Yeah. I wonder who has it then.
Yeah, he told me, but I can't remember.
It's under someone's bed somewhere.
Or at least where it went from him, if it ever was in his hands. Like I think he said they gave it to him on the air, but then afterwards someone else took it, I think, and then he never had it. If I remember right, he definitely said that no, I'm not correct in thinking that he had it all.
I have his email. I'll have to.
Anyway, during this match in Valparaiso, Indiana, we're at a high school. That's the thing too. When we had the A, B, and C shows, we were doing a lot of small towns, small buildings, and I was hating it because there was a lot of driving with those because airports don't go to small little towns,
right?
And then I was always like, why? Like, how come we making that much money at these little tiny shows here? Anyway, it was. During that time, I wrestled Raven last, and I hit him with a trash can and split him open. And after the match, he was like, why did you hit me with the seam of the trash can? Like right there, you hit me with the seam because I busted him open.
Yeah.
That was hurting everybody. They're busting them open.
Oh,
And I said, there's a seam on it? And
uh,
it was like a real question. Like I never even looked or thought about a seam or tried
Yeah.
to a seam or whatever. And then he just popped. He just kind of laughed, and that was like the whole conversation.
and then the bad thing about them doing little shows like that is you're risking your body, you're risking injuries for like a smaller amount of people to
That's
see.
how it felt.
And there's no
Yeah.
like turning it down for you. You're all
And they-
the way all the time.
But
You're
they
always
were,
yeah.
and they were
Yes.
feeling like we got all these guys under contract right now. We've acquired all these companies. We need to keep them busy instead of sitting at home eating up the money. And when they bought WCW, the guys that had contracts got a choice. They could either get their contracts bought out for half, as I understand it, and then come and work, or they could sit home and keep making the money that they're getting paid.
Mhm.
And you know which one I would have went for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's what a
Yeah.
lot of the stars went for, like Goldberg and Nash and Hall. Well, I don't know if Hall was under that, but yeah, like a lot of those stars. That's why you didn't see so many of the big names like show up
Yeah.
in WWE from
Oh,
to
and
WWE.
too. That's like I say this a lot, but in 2005, when I had to get my one and only surgery I've ever had, which was a reconstructed knee, I had 12 months off, and during that time, I remember thinking, man, I think this is my favorite time of my career, getting paid to stay home, and I don't have to put up with all the bullshit and the traveling and the politics and
You're
the
like,
fucking
the injury is the best thing to
pressures
happen to
and-
me.
yeah, that's how I felt
Yeah.
because I had no guarantee, and that was still coming. And then I thought, now I'm gonna have to work this shit off, and I'm already gonna owe them because they paid me. So how's that gonna work? And that's not how it worked. I just got extended and paid more for that extended time that I had to do to make up for it.
Yeah, that's great, which is really great. Even though it's such a daunting schedule at that point in time, too. Ugh. Katie, did you feel the same way too when you didn't have to wrestle as much? Like when it came to, having a little more downtime, were you like, man, I like this a lot more than the actual being in the grind of the wrestling aspect?
I don't think so, because I never had a schedule as hard as Rob. So
Sure.
like, traveling or wrestling is still like really exciting to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I ever felt any kind of burnout in my time in wrestling. Because
Yeah.
even when me and Rob were at Impact, I would be like skipping and dancing to the ring, like on like a high, like, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this. And Rob's like, another day at work. It's like,
Yeah, that makes it a little different for sure.
and even now I miss it. And people are like, are you going to wrestle? Well, people ask me, are you wrestling now? And I'm like, no, I'm very pregnant. But hopefully, like after the kids get here, I can wrestle again.
Yeah, do a little bit. Yeah, but after the fact too, which would be nice. Yeah, heck yeah. Maddie's third question from last episode was thoughts on Logan Paul, Heyman, and the two Brawns being together, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. What do you think of like Logan Paul teaming up with Paul Heyman? You probably haven't seen too much of it, if any, but they aligned. And what do you think of Logan Paul, though, Rob?
He is. I think that he's very talented,
Mm-hmm.
and also a good heat magnet.
Yeah.
He's easy to not like. He's definitely not someone that came up the traditional way,
Mm-hmm.
paying dues, stuff like that. But also his athleticism and success cannot be denied. So, he's like when I was in ECW saying, hey, I know you all bought a ticket just to see me. I'm the whole fucking show. And then I'll go and back it up. And the crowd and I were connected. And during, some of those shows, it was just like incredible, the feeling afterwards. You know what I mean? Putting all that on you. Because like we talk about this all the time. Every single wrestling promo is I'm the best. Nobody can beat me. Here's why. That's everybody, and then you really got to perform after that, though, after you say that, you know what I mean? And you got to get the people to believe you're the best. Otherwise, was it successful or no,
Right.
So, but with Logan Paul, can't be denied.
No, he's like got that natural athletic ability, but what he's great about too, and like so many modern wrestlers are really apprehensive to embrace, is being that chicken shit heel. Like he's not afraid to show that he's like, if like trouble gets into his way, he's not afraid to show that he's a coward as a heel. Like, and it's pretty cool to see that, because like he's so new to the business, but at the same time too, he's like not so wrapped up into it. He's like, oh, I got to protect myself and worry about how I'm going to look like. I want to be this anti-hero kind of cool heel, where he's not afraid to show that he's a chicken shit. And that's kind of the big thing I took away from him too, that I really appreciate.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, you have to love the, performing in that manner to be able to do it. You know what I mean? It's not something you can really just fake your way through, unless that's the vibe and your character, that you're miserable, in which case you might be able to pull that off. But he's easy to hate also because he's so rich and has, the house the size of the fucking hotel and a beautiful wife and his brother too. Like, who wanted his brother to beat Mike Tyson? You know what I mean?
Right. Nobody, yeah.
You wanted Mike Tyson to win that match, but you can't deny him because he won the match.
Right.
He won the fucking fight.
You're still gonna hate, and say that Mike threw it or whatever. But for the majority of it, man, you're watching it happen. So you're seeing is believing.
And the other added element too is he's just a YouTube sensation. It's like he doesn't have a tie. He's not like a movie star. He's not some pro athlete that's coming in. He's just like a YouTube guy. So it's like that's where his popularity came in. So it makes him all the more like, who the fuck is this guy like coming in and trying to wrestle and stuff? So
Since you put it that way, isn't that what Matt Cardona did?
Well, but Matt Cardona, though, he was a wrestler starting off, and then he started embracing YouTube to kind of promote himself more, where Logan Paul was just like a content creator that comes from the YouTube strictly. He wasn't like a wrestler beforehand or anything to that. Or it's just like he's kind of just like this YouTube guy that creates so if it's like somebody my age or older, they'll be like, why is this guy so popular? I don't understand it. Like people don't get it, but like a younger generation would.
Yeah, that's heat too.
Yeah, it's like young people, like streamers, they like to watch streaming, like Kai Sinnott and stuff like that, where older people be like, what is this?
Yeah, right.
The young people's attention now.
Yeah, that's what the focus is and everything. So
yeah,
it's fun stuff. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he does a great job and everything. But and he's going to be in the Survivor Series match, it looks like, too, coming up. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
What do you think about?
When you were talking about the tournament to decide who Cena's last opponent is, I heard you say tournament, but in my mind, I was thinking it was like a one night thing, and in my mind, even though you said tournament, I was thinking like a battle royal,
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and I heard, because it said Cena announces the tournament. And I'm like, when is this? Thinking it was going to be like maybe towards the end of December. So I don't know. But he said like starting next week. And so now I get it. It's going to be something that continues on and stuff like that. And so someone being in it would have to have several matches as opposed to a battle royal, which is, not even a full match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's perspectively, I say not a full match. It is, but you know what I mean? A battle royal, you're one of 10, 15, 20 guys. You a lot of times, depending on how long you're in the fucking ring for, your workload is way less than having, like, say, a singles match for 15 minutes. And Anyway, yeah, sounds like that's probably going to be a little early for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They started off. I think the first 2 matches happened on Raw on Monday.
Oh, they already did? Okay.
Yeah, so the first 2, like Sheamus advanced, and then Rusev advanced in his match. So they're the 2 moving on. But then they have like LA Knights fighting a mystery opponent, and then I think Solo Sikoa is fighting somebody too. I can't remember if that's a mystery opponent too, but they have a couple surprises in store. But then on top of it, so yeah, it's gonna be. And then Cena's final match is on December 13th on Saturday night's main event is when his final match will be at.
On what date?
December 13th.
Oh, okay. I don't want to spoil alert, or no, I don't want to spoil for anybody, but I heard there's a really good chance it's going to be a Disco Inferno.
That's what I heard too. So I think that's been reported in several outlets. It's Disco Inferno.
Okay, I didn't want to be the one to let the cat out the bag.
Man. No, you're good. You're good. I think Meltzer and everybody got a hold of that one first.
Okay.
It's gonna be on like a ringside news type clip, like RVD spoils who is it's gonna be, and people are gonna read the whole thing and then get to that.
And then, yeah, it'll just spread. Yeah, so ringside news will report it like it's legitimate. Robert RVD knows the final opponent to contact.
You gave me this, right?
Yes, I did. That's the Untapped T-shirt.
So nice, and it's double-sided.
Double-sided. Shirt.
How cool is that?
All right,
I'll have to promote them this week. Look at that. Yeah, shout out to those guys. They immediately got a hold of me when not long after Sabu passed, and they said, "Hey, we want to make T-shirts for him, and we'll make all proceeds go to his family." And
that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's a really nice T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a super nice T-shirt.
Is that the dude that had the thing in Philly? Some J Money or whatever.
J Rhymes.
I don't know if it was J Rhymes or what, but I don't think it was. I think it was a separate thing. But I'll have to look into it again because they got a hold of me immediately on Instagram, and they're like, "Hey, would you be all right if we made a shirt and we gave all the proceeds to Sabu's family?" I was like, "Heck yeah!" So they did a limited run of those. And so I've had that for several months now, but it's awesome. It's an awesome.
Okay, yeah. And it's thick, made for living somewhere cold.
Yes, exactly. You could have wore that in Pittsburgh, Rob. Oh, look at this. That's awesome.
That's me in the middle.
With Cheech and Chong. How great is that?
Hey, those guys could not keep up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta keep it.
Yeah.
You look high in it too.
I know, but you should have. Hey, man, what happened to the joint, man?
Put it closer to the camera so you can see the details.
Why can't I figure this out?
You almost got it. There it is. You got it. Yeah, look at that. You look high as fuck, Rob.
You look so high.
But I was swimming and they just put chlorine in the pool before that.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And also, this is really cool. So these are from the Battleground collectible signing that I did in Texas.
Oh, nice.
Baby, they're going to have giant Kali there.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Great Kali. But it's like not till like sometime next year.
Those are nice little 8x10s.
One more little piece of art in RVD.
Ooh. It's like comic book style.
Yeah. I got another bigger poster of some pretty cool action shots like that. Or maybe it's the same ones.
I love you.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Cool stuff, man. I'm enjoying collecting and keeping this stuff, and I'll be hanging it up as I build my man cave.
Yeah. You got a lot of good stuff going on there. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird when you start streaming from your new man cave.
It won't be weird at all, baby.
Well, it'll be new.
It'll be an updated man cave.
Yeah. It's like a whole new studio he'll be in.
That'll be sweet. Heck yeah, that'll be awesome.
I move around the house a little bit.
That's
anyway.
true.
So.
Yeah, you travel. You got different.
Take this show on the road.
Yeah, right. Maddie, he says the difference between snowmen and snow women, snowballs.
Oh,
Good job. Good job.
Nice
Good
stuff.
on you.
He follows up. He follows up.
Truth's opponent. That's what Jordan K says.
Yeah.
Wait, what did they say?
They said you can be our truth's opponent, RVD. And then there's question marks, even though it's a statement.
Yes. You could be our truth opponent, RVD?
You could be RVD, or wait,
You?
you could be our truth's opponent, RVD.
Be nice. Let me see this other super chat Maddie had.
Yeah,
Heroes.
Marcus D'Angelo, Dom's bro, is one of the surprise entries.
That's could you imagine? Oh my god.
I read it from E.
Dom, had
Yeah.
your brother looks like Harlem Lewis from LFG?
Oh really? I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
I think you and your brother look like Harlem Lewis.
that's fine.
I'll have to look him up. Harlem Lewis. Let me take a look real quick. Lewis. Oh, I can see it. I
Yeah.
definitely see it. He does look like our middle brother or something.
Yeah. It looks like both of y'all at the same damn time.
Wow, yes.
Brothers Grimm, appreciate the comment. RVD's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's right.
Underrated.
He knows it.
Change the game.
If there's a Mountain Rushmore for underrated talent, man, yeah. Boy, yeah, you definitely. I don't know if you're underrated though. I think you're underpaid.
Underpaid, yeah.
Underpaid. That's the way to. Yes.
Love in the streets.
Super chat from Maddie says, "Heroes forever, legends never die. Pack them if you got them. Let's get high with one of a kind. Dom and RVD's hot wife. Shout out Van Dam fan. We got to be somewhere." Thanks, Maddie.
Yeah.
Gotta be somewhere.
Got to be somewhere. That's right.
So true.
Yes. That statement has given me so much patience in life.
Yeah.
We showed the action figures that Mattel put out of me, right?
cute.
Yeah. Well, did you show the physical ones? Because I don't know if you showed the physical ones. I think we pulled them up, right?
I just have pictures of the physical ones.
Yeah, we showed them. We showed them the Robbie V one, and then your Tiger Stripe one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you believe they have to send me that shit?
They haven't sent it to you?
No, yeah, Target, the Target exclusive. I got a box for that one, but not for the Walmart ones. And
Walmart.
And it stresses me out because that Robbie V one's going to be hard to find.
That's a sweet figure too.
I think it's a chase.
Yeah, it's a chase version of it. I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It only comes like one per store or something. I think that's it. One per store.
They have one for RVD.
Yes, they got to send you one. It's kind of ridiculous.
But I'm sure if you enjoy the hobby of collecting, and sometimes you got to enjoy the hunt too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of the thrill. It's the thrill of the chase, like the world title.
That's part of it. I like to have the display and I like being a completist. Like there's only 2 figures that I know of that I don't have, so I kind of just want to have them. I think I just buy them if I could, but yeah, part of it for me definitely is a thrill. At least it'll be awesome when I do score it. Like if you think the action figure with the Japanese flag that was pulled, man, that one is mega rare and worth a lot of money if you find one, especially in the package. And the one that I have is from a fan giving it to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I had one give me one out of the package one time, and I was like, dude, that's so fucking awesome. And then another one, he gave it to me in the package, and that's just so cool. You know what I mean? Like he was like, no, I know you need to have this. So I'm sure I have good faith. I'm optimistic that I will get the new ones, but I haven't seen them in person myself yet. But I know Ben has in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he sent me a photo.
So any of the fans listening that's going to see us in person can bring you one if they find it.
Right. Yeah. I was someone, Pizza Thai Ben actually wanted to make sure that I'd seen it and said that they're getting pretty pricey on eBay, which I haven't seen. I don't know
Believe it.
how pricey, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I believe
Maybe
it.
I'll keep buying it. I've done that
Well, we don't even
before
go
a
out.
long time ago.
How are we going to find it in the store when we don't
Right,
even go to the
yeah.
store?
You don't even go. Oh, yeah. Right.
I'm making my mission.
That's step one is going out to find it.
And our Walmart has never updates their action figures. It's like the same
Really?
thing every time we go. It's like the same few figures.
Some stores are really good about it too. Like if you go to them and like they're
Yeah, like when I go to Tennessee, I find Rob action figures, but here I like the inventory is just like the same few people and they don't update it, and it's only the people that are left.
Oh man, that's aggravating.
Yeah.
Hey, what TV service do you have?
So I don't have cable or anything. I just do streaming. So I have like Netflix, and then I have a couple other ones that I use. What is HBO Max? I currently have, and then Hulu. That's all I have. I don't have cable though.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because I pay for everything.
Yeah.
And I don't use that much of it. And I'm thinking about doing that. But then like when we subscribe like to Netflix, if you use the basic price one, then you gotta deal with commercials.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want to see commercials, then you pay more, which I was telling her we should do that on Netflix because we watch a lot of. I have that premium membership on YouTube, and it's worth it not seeing the commercials. But then also we'd have to do it on Amazon Prime, and then we'd have to do it on.
Yeah, but then if we add it all up, it's the same as DirecTV. We pay a lot for DirecTV.
That's what I want.
It all adds up. It's like if you want to watch everything, you're basically still going to pay for everything. It's just
So when we watch TV for long periods of time, I'm like, this is actually really productive because we're getting our money's worth out of our bills that we pay.
Right. Yeah. It's a return on investment.
Yeah.
Someday I'm gonna look at what all channels do we really watch on DirecTV, and then maybe we could just get those separate.
Right.
I literally just have the rabbit ears, like the old rabbit ears. They're not the literal ones. It's like a little like flat thing, but I just get the regular like 5, 6 or something channels just to watch football, and then the rest is Netflix and HBO Max, and that's basically all I have right now. I don't
football. Seems like you'd be able to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube and stuff. But there's a big dispute going on too with them and Disney right now. Apparently, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, some wild drama going on in the streaming world. Frankie Chorizo, he's got a good question here, Rob.
Yeah.
This is that match Kylie wrestled over the appearance of who's going to do the first appearance at Battleground Collectibles.
Oh yeah, who's going to do the first appearance?
Match, never seen one. I want to see Dango wrestle too.
Yeah, Dango match. Do you know if there's any footage of a Dango match, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have VHS footage, and I might have some on some drives. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
let me work on that.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet to
see. And also his son Jurassic would probably like that.
Cool. Yeah,
that'd be awesome. And he was pretty. So he was in the same vein as you, Rob, in a style, right? Like in how he wrestled, or how different was he from you?
I don't think very different. You know, we have very similar styles. I think.
Yeah,
he was just like an Asian version, so he might have been a little smoother with his moves and his balance.
Smoother than RVD.
It might have been a little bit stronger.
He was a tumbler too, right? Like he could do flips.
Yeah, we were always competitive with everything like that. Yeah. But I can think of some matches. I have a whole VHS tape of his stuff that I've seen on before. But yeah,
that'd be sweet to check out. Check out. We got a few more super chats here. We'll cover them real quick. Kevin Gilbard said, "Thanks for the $5. Hey Rob, any memories of Eddie on his 20-year anniversary?" Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary of his passing. That's crazy to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero.
Did we just talk about him? I had this conversation with somebody, and I don't want to.
Well, we've talked about you in the ladder match with him, and a couple other things too with him, I think. But yeah, ultimately, like you like working with him and everything, right?
Yeah, sure.
You were just talking about it to WWE.
Oh,
that's when you were talking about him.
Okay. A future interview.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So, unfortunately, I don't have a ton of stories. Most of the time that I saw him was at the buildings. We didn't like drive together and hang out outside, stuff like that. Although it was cool, to go to his funeral in his house. It's such a private thing, when someone's gone and you're there, like seeing their everything, like seeing how they lived, you know what I mean? And it's like, technically he didn't even really invite me to be here, but out of respect, and I did respect him a lot. We did a lot of good for each other. He was always real serious. One thing that comes to mind when I was talking to him one time in the dressing room, because he would sometimes get his Bible out and he'd just be sitting in the dressing room by himself in the daytime reading the Bible.
Wow.
Staying out of trouble. Yeah, when I'd be like going to the 3 T's of success, toking, training, and tanning.
Yeah.
And
how wholesome. He was reading a Bible in the dressing room.
Yeah, a lot of times, but it was like it was well known that he was trying to dissuade demons from entering his lifestyle, and he'd had problems before. He was trying to work his way back, and so that seemed to be an obvious part of his vibe, was that he was so, I don't know, struggling is the right word, but let's say working hard to maintain control and balance. And I just remember one conversation, he was asking me if I've ever done the detoxification cleansing. He was talking about some place that he went, and he was putting it over like, "Oh, Rob, you gotta go, you gotta," and I was like, "Really? Like, no, I've never done anything like that. I never even thought about it." And he was talking about some camp or something, sounded like a sweat lodge tents or something like that. And he was talking about going for, I don't know if he said 10 days. It was like a long time for me to think about going anywhere and staying in one place. But he was talking about how to go there and experience it, how giving up all drugs and toxins and anything that you put into your body is part of it. And he said, no caffeine, nothing. You just go there and you're pure, and you just sweat everything out, all the toxins, and you repurify yourself. And I don't know where this place was or whatever, but it just sticks out in my mind that he said that, that I think he said I should do that once a year or something. And I was like, man, I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting to clean out everything, detoxify. Why not? But at the same time, that's a lot. And today's never going to be a good day for me, I don't think. Yeah.
You said he was a serious, no nonsense kind of guy, which is interesting to me because there's so many people that are just so goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it stands out when people like it that are entertainers are like that.
He took everything like so he took wrestling in the business like so seriously. He was like one of the guys that you wouldn't want to offend, and that's why him and Chris Benoit got along so well. You know, they both were like real intense and and thought so much about the business. So like younger guys couldn't be too comfortable, or one of them would be like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, are you saying that I don't work hard enough? What are you talking about? You know, I go, no, I you know, just like out of nowhere, things could escalate really quickly.
Yeah.
I think they both had that kind of energy. And one time, Kurt Angle and Eddie had a match, and I don't know what happened during the match. Something went wrong or something. And when they came back into the dressing room, Eddie dove in his legs.
Oh wow!
He was so pissed.
At Kurt Angle, who could wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody told, I think it was maybe JBL saying like, told Eddie is like, why are you going after Kurt Angle of all people? Like he's like he's such an idiot. He's like, and Eddie's like, I know I'm an idiot. He's like, but I'm pissed off, or said something to that effect.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was a big pull apart, but
wow.
But yeah, I don't think that Kurt was in any trouble.
No, I don't. The funny thing I hear too is what was it? My gosh. Oh no, you think about it too, because like somebody like Dean Malenko appeared very serious on camera and like was a serious wrestler, and the Iceman he was known as and stuff like that. And Eddie could play like comedy, and sure he would get serious sometimes, but he was known for being comedic in certain aspects. But like it's funny but Dean Malenko backstage is such a jokester, I hear, in a lot of stuff, and like you know, funny, and like Eddie's more serious backstage. That's kind of neat to think about.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
A lot of people Goofy is a part of their the way they socialize, or like in the wrestling world, if they have an idea, they like laugh really hard like when they're saying their idea because they want other people to join in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a thing like in the locker room.
Yeah. To kind of get people involved with it. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Dean has a really dry sense of humor, and it's never turned off. It's always
it's always going. He's always going.
I like the humor.
Yeah, I do too. Frankie Chorizo, RVD, and Katiology. Selecting a good woman and / red flags. Any thoughts on that? Any red flags for selecting a good lady?
Red flags. A huge red flag is if you catch someone in a lie. Like once they're a liar, like they lose all credibility. So it's like, how could you trust them in any other way? So that's a big red flag. Or someone that feels like they're always trying to use you, or get something out of you is like a really big red flag. Yeah.
Someone that doesn't want to talk and communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not going to work without communicating. I mean, depending on what you want. If you want a relationship that's not that deep, just someone, whatever, that you hang out with a couple of times a month or whatever, then maybe something like that'll work. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, as far as investing everything into, you got to have communication. Hey, that tiger striped outfit's the one on my Walmart exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's true though.
With my evil ex, I always think about this red flag on the very, very first date. Mm-hmm. I had this Ford Thunderbird, mm-hmm. and
what color?
Gray. Mm-hmm. And we're walking out to the car. And I go to get into the driver's seat, and she's just standing there, like looking at me, like, "Are you serious?" And I didn't know what was going on, and you know, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like trying to figure out, and so she's like, and she rolls her eyes and is like, and just like opens the door and gets in, that was all because she thought that I should open the door for her.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
was a serious red flag. I wish I would have just said, you know what? Go ahead and get out of my car. This ain't going to work.
And if
You
that
know
was
what?
for her, she
Like-
could have communicated and said, I like when guys open the door for me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Everything.
Like
you
it
don't
means
have to be.
you have the car door opened and be treated like a woman.
If you're not comfortable being completely honest with her, then that's a huge red flag. And I know that's like a lot of relationships. Most guys are like, well, come on, you can't share everything. I mean, you don't want to fight every night, but that's part of it. The more of those red flags you have, then the more drama you have. I mean, there's nothing that I wouldn't tell her, or talk to her about. I mean, not everything. I mean, I don't have to go and explain after I went to the bathroom, but it's, oh my God, you should have seen it. Gross. Wouldn't do that. But no, if it comes to if there's an attractive girl that's walking anywhere with near eyesight, I'm gonna point her out if I want to. And if I don't, it's just because she already did.
Yeah.
We both enjoy that, saying, wow, check out that girl, she's really cute, or like we both enjoy doing that. And that right there is something that a lot of guys wish they could do.
Yeah, because
But
they're looking anyways, but trying not to look.
Yeah, my evil ex, if she saw anybody that she thought I would want to look at, she would just stare at me and watch me and just wait for me to notice.
Oh man.
And when she would notice that I looked at the girl, she'd be like, like, why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. And then we'd be in a big fight, huge fight, because I would be so offended. Like, bitch, don't you know, like, what
so
you have?
faithful.
Yeah, like, you don't know what kind of fucking husband I am. Like, all my friends, the whole culture, everybody fucks around on everybody. I'm not like that, and you should appreciate it instead of thinking that I am one of them. And so the whole thing, though, was just, a bad combination, and all these red flags were indicative of that.
And if you weren't as faithful, then I could see why it would hurt to see looking at girls, because it'd be like, oh, I bet when I go to the bathroom, he's going to give her his number. But since he is a faithful guy, then it's like, if you don't want to look, that's fine. You're only looking.
Yeah,
It's not
right.
out on it. So,
And if guys or girls, if you're cheating on your partner and then you expect them to trust you afterwards, then what the fuck are you thinking? They're not going to trust you.
Right.
They feel
Yeah.
they owe you a heartache. That's
Yeah.
get the fuck out of there.
It's
Yeah.
a
I mean, it's not that easy, I know, because a lot of relationships make it through lots of drama, but that ain't for me. And thank God that's not what she wants either. We do not like drama.
Yeah. Keep it.
Avoid
Keep
avoid
it.
at all costs. And my personal RVDology that I use, my number one probably rule for how I conduct my own life is if it's an option to avoid distress, boom, I'm going to most likely go with that one. I'm going to consider that, and that's going to be the answer if it avoids stress.
Yeah, that's a way to do it too, no doubt. I like it. Yeah, good red flags to keep an eye out for. If they're rude to waiters or waitresses, I always make that a red flag big time. Or they don't like animals. That's another thing.
that's so true. Yeah, they don't like animals, or if they're rude to people. Like,
They're
yeah,
rude.
that's so embarrassing to go out to eat with someone and then they're rude to the staff.
God. Yeah, I feel I get big time secondhand embarrassment if that happens with something.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that is embarrassing.
No,
But
don't do
also, like if they don't share your common interests, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, or values even.
Mhm.
It's like you find out like if you're completely different and disagree on everything, then man, that's just going to be like so much work.
But
Oh,
the main things, you don't have to have the same interest in every way. Like Rob is into mafia, but I don't care about mafia. But
I like to dance,
but I still
shake my head.
telling me about the mafia stories. I still listen because I know it's important to him. Like
Yeah.
same like me. I'm like, Cardi B had a baby today, and then like, or I'll talk like about the Kardashians. He acts interested because he likes that it makes me happy.
Yeah, yeah, and it's if you can just do that and communicate in that regard and appreciate what that other person appreciates, and that's good. That's great. Then heck yeah. Instagram a wrestling historian. Thanks for the Canadian $2. He says, Rob, what was your experience working with Chris Kreisky? Kreisky? Do you know that name? Kreisky?
I'm not sure who that is. Chris
Google him.
Kreisky.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I thought it first was Chris Nowinski, but no. I wonder who Chris Kreisky is. Instagram wrestling historian. You can follow up real quick if you want. Brian Barrett became an RVD TV member. Thank you, Brian Barrett Wilson. If you have a question, feel free to drop it, and I will try to make note to ask Rob about it. Thank you.
Is American writer, biographer, and screenwriter for his work in WWF, now WWE.
Oh, he's a writer. He's a WWE writer. Did you know that name then?
He passed away in 2005 due to cancer at 42.
Oh, shit. Let me see a picture of him.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of him before.
Writer.
Oh, that's what he said. He was the head writer after Vince Russo, he said. He was the head WWF head writer after Vince Russo. I never heard of this person.
I guess about 42. Wow, that's a good one because he's like hard to even find.
Yeah. I thought the person after Russo was like Brian Gewirtz. I thought that was the next person in line. I didn't know about Chris Kreisky. About that.
Now also, I can't think of his name.
But since he's a writer, that means there's not a lot of photos of him. He sees the backstage.
Yeah, that's not going to pop up as easy for that.
I'm not really sure how it was working with him. No personal stories that I can share because I unfortunately don't recall.
He was a writer too for high-profile series such as Beavis and Butthead, Celebrity Deathmatch, Remote Control.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a head writer of The Daily Show, The Martin Short Show.
What?
No wonder he's got some fucking
got some help on the wall.
Yeah.
Damn.
WWF writer. Replaced as head writer by Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, okay. Wow. So.
Yeah.
How about that? Well,
sorry. There was a time in WWE when we had comedy writer, and it's that one. Why is there no picture on IMDb?
He was a hidden man.
Okay. Very mysterious.
Yeah, there's not even a picture on IMDb, so it's hard for me to know. But I'm thinking maybe that's when this was. Maybe he was what they were referring to as comedy writers. Maybe it was him, or maybe he was him and his staff or his people, or maybe he was one of them. I don't know. But if so, I thought it was entertaining. Like when during the time that I'm remembering is like when Booker T and Goldust were doing like backstage vignettes.
I need to look that up.
Just so funny.
Those were so great. Booker T when he had the lightsaber, and then like Goldust, he had like the stutter because he got electrocuted. So funny.
Oh, is that why he did that? Why he got electrocuted?
Yeah, he got electrocuted in a backstage segment, and then he had like a twitch going on after the fact.
Wrestling is so funny.
Oh my god, what a great team that was. Book Dust.
Because he acted like he had Tourette's.
Right, I didn't know he got electrocuted.
Yeah, he got electrocuted also.
That's great.
Oh man, I love that tag team. I got a sword too.
I need to look that up.
But R.I.P. Chris Kreisky.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Nicely done. Yes, Brian, thanks again for becoming a RVD TV member. It means I got to make some more content then. But thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate it.
Boom.
Maddie, he says Michael Franzese as a guest.
Yeah.
RVD World Champion.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like he's too big and too important.
No.
I feel like that about a lot of my friends, and some of it is just because like their time it seems like it's worth so much if they're like doing like just the biggest shows that get, you know, fucking $500,000 or 500,000 views on a video. Then I feel like the platform that I have to offer him, you know, isn't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We definitely don't get 500,000 views.
I feel like that, like with some of the other, you know, I don't know.
But he would get more views.
About like even like with Bret Hart, I'm like, well, I mean, you know, he probably maybe would do it. I don't because
Bret would probably do it. I bet.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I get insecure when it comes to that about the because you know why? Because for me that's important. Like when I have fans ask, which is nonstop, but if they're on Twitter, X, whatever, and they're like, "Hey, Rob, can you do my podcast show?" My first thought is, man, you know, what if there's only like 5 viewers?
Right.
Because it's a lot of work for me to do it. It's something that I got to put on my schedule, work around, think of, plan, and work towards, and then put in the time while I'm doing it. So it's stress. So if I can not stress, then I would rather not stress instead of even have. So that's why I hardly do the podcast interviews. But if I am going to do one, then man, I would certainly rather have it be a big one that, you know, if you could have a Joe Rogan's or Joe Kelly's, you know, who the hell's that?
Who the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a kid that grew up down the street from me, four houses down. Joe Kelly. Yeah, his dad was a fireman.
You'd be great on Joe Rogan, though. You'd be great. I mean,
yeah. I like Theo Vaughn's podcast, and we've seen him a few times out and about. So I was like, you need to have Rob on there.
Theo, I like Theo Vaughn a lot. He seems like a good person, like just a good dude.
Yeah, he's really humble. I was like, I love your podcast, and he's like, I'm just happy to have a job.
How about that? Yeah, I like him.
I have a job.
A couple more questions. We'll close it out then. Steve Soleil, thanks for the $10. My 40th birthday is on November 22nd, and the Wildcat Wrestling show you had announced at Only Wrestlers in New Orleans is that day. And Shane Douglas and Francine will be here for my birthday. How about that?
Wow.
Pretty cool.
November 22nd. The
Wildcat show is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane Douglas and Francine will be there. And it's his birthday. It's a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Heck yeah.
So Shane and Francine, we said, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Dub fam?
EC Dub. Happy
crazy is already here. Like November, the end of November is already here. I just have more bookings until I'm cut off from flying because I'm too pregnant.
Yeah.
I gotta catch me while I can.
Yeah,
while you can.
That's it. Only limited dates left.
Yeah.
It'll be done real soon.
Yeah.
And we just had our anniversary too.
Yeah.
Happy belated anniversary. November 11th, 11/11.
Yeah. We've been
I was with you instead of with her.
I know, right? What an anniversary. So with me at for Manny's.
We've been together. Well, in April it'll be 10 years. So pretty much 10 years together and 4 years married with 2 kids on the way.
2 kids.
And 2 beautiful doggies.
Yeah.
2 pooches.
You see that the Major League Baseball is wrapped up in a mafia scandal.
I saw baseball, and then I saw obviously the basketball stuff we were talking about, and then there was something else too that UFC maybe gotten it. I don't know if it's mafia.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I hear the mafia. They're talking about fixing fights, and did you hear about the mafia being involved in that? That would make sense.
I did not. I just heard that UFC got caught in a gambling situation too. So, but I didn't know if mafia was involved or not.
And people say wrestling is fake.
Yeah, right.
everything is fixed.
Everything. You know,
Whoa.
stuff is just predetermined in wrestling. While others, some shady stuff going on. That's for
Right.
sure. Shady.
Interesting to see what's going to happen through all these investigations.
Mhm.
I know, right? How is the landscape going to change after the fact too, when it comes to sports and sports betting and what have you? It's fascinating, super fascinating.
Yeah.
We'll close out with this one here, Rob. This is from Mackenzie L.
What up, Mackenzie?
Mackenzie.
What's up, Mackenzie? How did it feel returning to WWE in 2013?
Oh man, it was awesome. That was a really, really cool moment. I think that they built my return like more than I'd ever seen anybody pushed. You know, all the videos for weeks before I came back where they were showing all my highlights with my music, one of a kind, and saying, you know, RVD returns and whatever the date was or whatever, like that stuff was so cool and built so much hype. And I was just like, because when I was in TNA, a lot of times when I was there, like I was hurt for uh, the whole run mostly, you know, and so I was in my back, you know, caused me to not feel like I could really like move the same way. But I saw those promos for WWE, and I was like, man, they're advertising the RVD that was here before that left. That's what they want. That's what I'm going to give them, and I did. It had a great return. It was 90 days. I signed a contract to have 66 matches in 90 days. And the whole thing was awesome. I don't know how many times we went overseas, but I remember being in England. And I think we did Japan on that too. But I just remember like Pat Patterson gave me a big compliment when we were in England because the way the crowd was reacting, you know, he said, all these people, they're here to see you. And I was like, I was, you know, an asshole, I guess, but I was skeptical because I knew how things work. You know, he said, all these people here are here to see you because it was my return, and they were big RVD fans. And I said, is that the way it gets reported back to the office, though? And he said, that's the way I'm saying it. I said, for real? He said, absolutely. I'm going to tell them everyone was here to see you.
Who said this?
Pat Patterson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's some high praise right there too, Rob.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, it was a really good run. And then I came back like a year later and signed I can't remember right now. It was 5 months and 88 matches, I think. And anyway, that was the opposite. Like I could have skipped that whole run. But I mean, you know, it was travel, it was work. It was just as far as building me or for my path or anything other than just, hey, I have a job. Anything other than that, it didn't have any value for me because I was just there to fucking put everyone over in 2015 and it went unnoticed until I finally opened up my mouth at the end, which I should have done before I went there, actually, you know, but we live and we learn.
Mm.
Yeah, man. But I remember I was at your return in Philly when it happened. And
That was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was such, but I was so bummed at, like you were saying, after the fact when you made your second run there, and it was just like, oh, they're just misused you the whole time, and it was just like, it's RVD, and you're not fucking putting him in like main event matches, and he's not fighting the top guys, and he's not fighting for the titles, and he's jobbing to people. What the fuck? I remember being pissed.
Boo.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Rob, you certainly are one of a kind, though. You are.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Well, after that run, I had to leave and say, I don't know, I got to wait till I feel like coming back. And I never did. And I can't imagine going back to full time ever after, like that last run made it seem like what's it worth? Like why?
Aw,
Why?
What's the point? What's the point of all this? Well, cool. Good stuff, guys. This was a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't hear everybody, Rob and Katie will be this weekend. They'll be in New York, Long Island at Brentwood. You can check them out at the big event, EXS, at the Suffolk Credit Union Arena in Brentwood, New York. That's November 15th, this Saturday, if you're tuning in. And then that Sunday, I believe it's Sunday, right? November 16th? Yes.
Yep.
Wrestling for Heroes. And what is it? Wait, we figured it out.
Prior.
Pryor,
Richard
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Pryor, Oklahoma. Yes.
There's no black people in Oklahoma, except Jacqueline's going to be there.
Oh, Jacqueline will be there. Right. Hey, and Godfather will be there too.
Yay!
Sweet.
And D-Lo.
And D-Lo. I see D-Lo on there too.
And Papa Shango.
Hey, and the Warlord and Barbarian will be there. My brother wrestled them.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Those guys are awesome.
All right.
Love
So
those.
check it out. Sting will be there too. And hey, we just talked about them. RVD and KD. They'll both be there too.
And here's my bump, y'all, if y'all want to see
Look at the bump. Yes, look at it, Katie. It looks great.
it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Great pictures online too you took. I saw those ones as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So happy for you guys.
We are too. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right, guys. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for tuning in and asking great questions and interacting with everybody. If you like what you're seeing. Oh, I want to shout out RVD420.com. Go to GreekGlass.com. They still got some product there. And they do really, really high quality stuff. So be sure to, if you want to smoke like RVD and have the unique glassware that they have, check them out. Go to RVD420.com. Also go to IndaCloud.
Videos too.
What was that?
Videos. I got a cameos. I got to do cameos. I got
Cameo. Yeah, he's got Cameo.
do conventions this weekend.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
It's rough being a whole effing show, yo.
He is the whole effing show. He's covering all the bases. So check it out. And,
Were you saying go to Indica Cloud? I didn't mean to cut off.
go to IndaCloud. Now, this is the wrong graphic I have up, but I'll be sure to.
That graphic.
If someone asks how far along I am, I'm 28 weeks.
28 weeks.
And twins normally come at like 35 weeks. But they said no greater than 38 weeks. So we're in the final stretch. I'm in my third trimester.
Wow, that's awesome.
Getting real.
Real time here.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But yes, check it out. As I mentioned earlier, IndaCloud is the one of our sponsors too here that we have here at RVD, one of a kind, and they got some great product there. So you can go to IndaCloud. The link will be below in the description of the podcast, and check it out. They got gummies, they got dope rope, a lot of good stuff on there, and it's potent stuff, very potent stuff. So check that out too. So
And,
all right.
In the online, you can go look at Las Vegas Review. There's an article. My friend Frankie Citro it's on there. Look up Las Vegas Review, Frankie Citro, and he's a mobster friend of mine here in Las Vegas that I am going to have on the show sometime. Hopefully soon. He's in the Black Book, and he's been in, I think, like over 30 years. He's been in there, and anyway, he's trying to get out. So his goal is to be the only living person that has been excluded from the Black Book after being in it, because what they do is, and it says this in the article, every once in a while they look at who has died and is no longer alive, and they remove them from the Black Book. And they've never removed someone that hasn't died, but Frankie wants to be the first. And he's got besides a petition, he's got a lawyer and a whole case and story about why he thinks that he should be freed from the black book. Because when you're in the black book, you're not allowed in any of the casinos. And so he can't even go to the restaurants or hotels that have the casinos. Even Fremont Street, he was saying, because downtown here in Las Vegas, they put the rooftop over Fremont Street. You know, it has all the lights and all these the show, and it's looks cool, although it blocks Oscar's Steakhouse view. But anyway, when they put that roof there, it made it so he can't walk down there anymore.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I just found the article too. So he's been banned for 34 years so far.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he was at our baby shower right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Great guy. Great guy. I've been playing phone tag with him. But I want to get him on here to talk about that and other things. We can pick his brain for a long time. He's got a lot of experience, and he's a real character.
It'd be awesome to have him. Hell yeah.
He acts so young. Like, it was like midnight. We went to a comedy show, and he's like, "You want to go get dinner after?"
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, most people his age are like,
I want to get some
hour.
Man, yeah, he'd be awesome to have on. Let's definitely get him on. That'd be great.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
All right,
good
cool.
stuff. All right, guys. We'll see you all next time here on One of a Kind with who? That's with RVD and KT. Yeah.
Yeah. Fan damn fan.